everybody, Luxinda here. Welcome back to the loo. Yay! We are going to be working with Aqua Cast today, and what makes this even more fun is the fact that right before this video is published, Anthony Cramen will have worked with Aqua Cast for the first time on his channel. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll put a link below. Go check his out. I haven't seen it. This is before it's published on Friday. I'm hoping it goes well. I am. I think he'll enjoy it, but we'll find out. So today I'm going to do something that I saw on Claire's Crafty Corner, my own version of it. She said she's seen it all over TikTok, which explains why I hadn't seen it before, because I don't spend much time on TikTok. It makes my brain bleed. I'm just maybe a little too old for that particular platform. But anyway, we're going to take a stamp and we're going to place it in a mold, a silicone mold. So it's going to stick on here. I am going to brush it with some color shifting Chameleon Micas from Woody's Goodies. We have You're Killing Me Smalls, which shifts from green to pink to purple. Cashmere, which shifts from blue to violet to red to orange. And Pony, which shifts from purple to green to orange and then back to purple. So I'm going to do that separately because I don't want to get all of this into the mold. I just want it on the stamp. And then we're going to put the stamp in what I hope is the middle of the mold. I'm going to eyeball it. And then I'm going to measure out some Aqua Cast and we're going to color it black and then we're going to pour it in and then we'll come back and demold it after it's hardened up a couple hours and see what we ended up with. I think it'll be pretty, but we'll find out. Let's get started. It's about 8 1/4 inches square and it has a rim, meaning that when it's demolded and turned over, it will have an edge around it, a rim around it. And I calculated that I need about 270, about 9 ounces. 9 fluid ounces. And so using the Eli Chem Aqua Cast calculator, they tell me I need to mix 365 grams of their powder, their Aqua Cast, with 130 1/4 grams of water. And that should make 495 grams of mixture. I may end up with more than I need because this will take up some space. So that's fine. Having more is fine. Having not enough is a little less fine. So I'm going to start by putting this aside because I don't want to get any of the mica powders onto it. Now, this is from Joggles. I placed an order with Joggles because they had something, they were having a big sale not that long ago. I think probably on Marabou alcohol inks, but we want the flat background to not have any mica powder on it. So I'm going to put it here and hope that protects it for the moment. A nice fluffy makeup brush. And I'm not going to do any rhyme or reason. I'm just going to just sort of randomly powder these on here. Okay, now let's see if I can get it on here without transferring a bunch of mica powder over. Make sure it gets good adhesion, silicone to silicone. All right, so now I need to mix up my Aqua Cast. Okay, so we're gonna turn this on to grams. Measure out our water first, which is 130 grams of water. I went a little over, but that just means it'll be a little runnier. It won't affect the Aqua Cast. It will still work. That's one of the great things about it. And now we want to tear this out and put in 365 grams of Aqua Cast. Okay, 366, that will do. We stir it up. Okay, time to call in the big guns. We have black acrylic paint. This may end up being dark gray, and that's fine. I can live with dark gray. Wow, that really thickens it up. Interesting. Clearly, I need to get some pigment for this specific product. I've resisted doing that because I have so many different colorants I should be able to use. Well, I've lost my liquidity, but we'll just make it work. So, acrylic paint works, but it makes it start to set up a lot faster. It was very liquid until I added the black acrylic paint. Something to remember. Well, it won't be exactly what I'd hoped for, but you know what? We'll learn some things, like the fact that I need to get some good black colorants for Aqua Cast, which I don't have. I'll meet you back here in a couple hours. We'll demold it and we'll see what we ended up with. Okay, we're back. Everything has solidified. This one's still a little warm. This one's cooled off. So I got a little bit of seepage under that one spot. And in case you're wondering, I mixed up some more just to test different black colorants, and I didn't get anything any blacker, but I didn't want to waste it, so I poured it into a mold. Anyway, let's see how this works. I need to get the edge of... There we go. Ooh. Cool! It did work. That looks pretty neat. I wish this were a darker black. I wish that had worked out, but this is kind of cool. This can be washed off with soap and water, which I will do. Same with this, actually. Okay, we are not done with this yet. I wanted to see how this was going to turn out before I decided whether this was going to be this week's video or not. What I'm going to do, after I get this flashing off here, it's really easy to do right now. This isn't set up yet. It's pretty soft still. I specifically picked a tray that had an edge to it, and the reason for that is I want to pour epoxy resin in here. So that's what I'm going to do next. However, I am going to leave this overnight to make sure that the whole thing dries and all the water is evaporated from it. We will try unmolding this. We'll see. We'll see how I do. No, I don't want to lose you. We're not going backwards. There we go. Yay! There's our skelly, or our scully. That looks pretty good, actually. And we're back. Okay, so in the light of day, 24 hours later, I have to say, I absolutely love how this looks. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but some of the specks here are from the different crystals that are combined together to form Brusho Black. I have some blue dots, and it looks like marble to me. I actually really like how this turned out. We are going to do something further with the rim and with the skull, but the first thing I want to do is put a layer of clear resin in here to protect everything. So let's do that. And then once that's set up in an hour and a half, we'll come back and we'll put some stuff around the rim and we'll play with our skull. I know it's not Halloween anymore, but I'm gonna play with the skull anyway. I'm gonna do it. And we're back. Okay, the resin is dried, and I was going to bring you back and do some more. I was going to gild the edges and probably gild my skull. Because who doesn't want a gilded skull, am I right? But I am editing this video now. Between shooting, I'm editing, and it's already going a little long, so I'm not going to do the gilding. If you would like to see me do it, both the edges and the skull, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want me to do a separate video on finishing this up, basically. But I wanted you to see how it looks. I am the first to admit that because I was in a hurry and I used Speedy Petey, which sets up very quickly, I have bubbles in my resin. You can see it, I'm sure. I will try and zoom in. My guess is you can see the bubbles. I came in here a couple of times and I hit it with the heat gun and I hit it with some more alcohol, and I still ended up with some bubbles trapped underneath because it's set up so fast. And that's my fault. I should have used an overnight resin, like the Clearcast 7050 would have been absolutely perfect and flawless, but I didn't. I was in a hurry. There you go. There's a bit of information for you, but I still think it looks absolutely beautiful, and I think it brought out even more of a marbling effect with the gray and the black. So I love that, and I think it looks gorgeous with the color shifting micas in there. So yeah, I'm very happy with how this looks. Like I said, if you want me to finish it, leave a comment below. Stay safe, everyone. I will see you in the next video.